It's time for a reading catch-up session because I've been reading, okay? This is April and May. It's like, what, May 19th or something? Yeah, I've been reading, so let's catch up. I did not do a April reading recap and then May TBR, and it's already the end of May. So I'm just going to do a reading catch-up video, and I have no idea what I'm going to be reading in June, so let's just go ahead and get into this. I started off April reading Daisy Jones and the Six, and this book did not disappoint at all. I'm like considering if I want to give spoilers or not, and I can't figure out if I want to or not, so let me think. Yes, I will. For me, Taylor Jenkins Reid never disappoints. There's not a single one of her books that I've read and been like, oh, I don't really like that. She writes so well, and her stories are always so interesting. Koopy, go to the other window. There's another one right over there. This story is about, let me think. I've been reading a lot since this book. Obviously Daisy, and then the 6 band members, and the guy's name is, oh my gosh, look at her, she bookmarked. Okay, let's see what I bookmarked. Aww. This is one of my favorite quotes. I really want to start putting my quotes in my Goodreads, but I don't. Anyways, it says, there's this peace that comes with knowing you have a person in the world who would do anything for you you would do anything for. How sweetie pie. Someone just stared at me through my window, so that felt weird. Anyways, there's where Daisy says, I'm not amused, I'm the somebody, end of fucking story. Go off. Go off. Okay, I just bookmarked that whole page. But the way that they wrote this book is like, okay, so if you look very closely, Graham, Billy, Warren, it's like an interview. And then at the end, you find out that the interview person was, what was the girl's name? Am I stupid? Am I actually just dumb? Do I just forget everything that I read the second it goes into my brain? Maybe. Camilla and Billy's daughter is the interviewer. Okay, Camilla deserved better. And I think we all know that. And I think that Daisy should have backed the fuck off from the beginning. Daisy pissed me off the whole book. I'm not gonna lie. Not that I didn't understand her character, it's just that she pissed me off. Like, I get it, but like, ugh. Anyways, I forget what I rated this book. I did read it in like 1 or 2 days, and yeah, I did really like it. It wouldn't go on like my favorites list, but I still loved it. But now let's get on to a book that I loved, okay? Loved is an understatement, all right? Allie Hazelwood plus fantasy, love of my life. Okay, Allie Hazelwood is my top #1 romance writer, and I'm not even like a STEM girly. Like, I am not good at STEM, never interested in STEM. Love her with all of my heart. I saw someone post on Book Talk that they wouldn't read Love Theoretically. No. Okay, do y'all hear the sirens? There's the Love Hypothesis, Love on the Brain. Someone said they would not read Love on the Brain because she wears galaxy leggings. Get over yourself. Oh! Anyways, Bride. So good! Y'all, this book, I ate it up. And like, people are talking about the part where it's like nodding, which is a part of the spicy scenes. And you know, I don't have much to say about that part. Let me just shut my mouth. Now, one thing that really did bother me, I wrote it like in the book a couple of times, is I was like, girl, there's no way you don't know this man isn't in love with you. Like right here I wrote, I'm being so for real, does your brain work? Okay, I was feeling pretty strongly about how she did not, like, in her head, it's like, she kept being like, oh, but no, his mate is this other girl because she heard it one time. Could you guys just have a conversation? Could you just say the words, you have a mate, and her name is blank? Because all that her misery kept doing was saying, like, you have a mate, you have a mate. Okay, say her fucking name so you can be like, no, you're wrong. Like, duh. I don't know. That part made me so mad. But here's the problem, is stuff like that is why I eat this shit up, okay? It's why I eat this shit up, okay? People said that Lo Moreland was boring. Did we read the same book? Okay, I need to stop being mean to other people for their own personal opinions. If you look through all the books that I have rated 4 or 5 stars and you also like them, then you will love this book. You will devour this book. I rated this book 5 stars, added it to my favorites. This one I might even would reread in a few years. Okay, like, love her. The next book I read, this was also in April, was Ruthless Vows, and I'm pretty sure this one carried me over into March because it took me so fucking long to read this stupid book. No, 414. Oh. Damn, no, this one I read quick, 414 to 416. So I mentioned it a few times. I love the storyline and the characters, but I cannot stand the writing. Like, I don't think I'll read another Rebecca Ross book. I just had to finish this one in the duology. The first one is Divine Rivals. Also, the way that this one ended, let's see. Okay, so her brother died. Her brother survived so much just for him to literally die at the end. And that made me so sad. I just thought that that was so unfair. Yes, okay, so this book did have a happy ending with like Kit and with Iris. But her brother dying made me mad. I really couldn't follow like the fantasy part of it, like the gods. I feel like everything happened all at once, and like this was just I don't know. I think I gave it a 2 or a 3 star. Girl, I don't know. Honestly, I pretty much didn't know what I read and just had to finish it so I could know how it ended. I would not tell you to read this duology. It would be a waste of your time. Okay, so the next book, guys, we have my first ever DNF. Now, this could just be because I'm dumb. Okay, because here's the thing. This book was too smart for me. Maybe not. I don't think that I'm stupid is the problem here, but I read all the way. I can't even remember where I got to. Probably like 114 or something like that, I think. And I was so excited about this book. So whenever I opened it, like I was trying so hard to understand what I was reading and to enjoy it and like it. I don't know. I couldn't figure out what was happening. So then when I couldn't figure out what was happening, I went and looked at the Goodreads reviews, and there were 2 categories of people from the few reviews that I read. People who I guess liked this kind of thing and understood it and thought this book was so well written and like so good. And then people like me who could not figure out what the fuck was going on and felt like this author was just writing confusingly, which made the already hard to follow storyline even harder to follow. So I don't know. I didn't digest any of this book, so I DNF'd it. But that doesn't mean that you should DNF it. It just means maybe look a bit more into it before you get it and make sure it's something that you would like, because I really thought it was, and it wasn't. Now, that one took me from April to May, so now we're about to get into my May reads, which 2 of them I am missing. It's a duology by Morgan Bridges, I think. Why do I always forget? Okay, Once You're Mine and Now You're Mine, I think is what they're called. They're dark romance books. So Once You're Mine, it was our book club book for this month. We're meeting this Saturday to talk about it. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it now because this video is gonna go up after book club, if I'm not wrong. So I liked it okay. It definitely wasn't my favorite, and my friend said that as far as dark romances go, it wasn't like at the top of their list. I still wanted to read the second book, but I talked with my close book friend and she agreed it should have just been 1 book. Like, I don't understand why she split that into 2 books. And the second book was weird. Like, things like she stayed with him after she found out that he killed her dad. Is that, like, normal for dark romance? This was my first dark romance book, so just let me know. I don't know. Some of it was weird, and since it was my first dark romance, I do feel like it was, like, a little more off-putting for me. But I still did enjoy it. Like, I read both of them very quickly. Anyways, I think I gave them like 3 stars or something like that. They were just like, okay. It was like, okay, thank you for being here. But now, I'm sorry, Koopy. Y'all. Why did I wait so long to read this, okay? Yeah, girl. Yes. Yes! Okay, before I get into this, let me say, just because I read these authors' books does not mean that I am affiliated with the author. Honestly, I know there's some discourse with her and I'm not quite sure what it's about. I don't know. Okay, we're just talking about the books. Let's talk about Fourth Wing first. This controversial take. Everybody take a second. I like this more than ACOTAR. No, I haven't read ACOTAR in a very long time, but I still, like, y'all. This book is so good. I could not put it down for a second. Like, I this was the cause of me not filming for these weeks, okay? I couldn't stop. I physically couldn't remove it from my hand, okay? I was reading sun up to sundown. Like, this book I read in one day. One day. Coop. Coop. I'm filming. Could you get out of the way? Loved her. Now let's see what I bookmarked. My very first bookmark in Fourth Wing. Oh, okay. So I just started bookmarking. Okay, so I bookmarked the part where it says, which like foreshadowing for me, go queen. Xaden Riorson wants you dead. It's common knowledge among the leadership cadre after yesterday. So I was just highlighting the part that was talking about Xaden wanting her dead because Fourth Wing has been out so long that I knew that her and Xaden were going to end up together, but I didn't know how, when, where, or what. So I was like, okay, he wants her dead. Heard that. The bottom of the page, I think I'm talking about Xaden and Violet and them beginning to fall in love. It says, I'm starting to wonder if mates are a thing in this universe because bonded dragons are a thing in this universe. And like Xaden and Violet's dragon are bonded, whatever. But it's when she's in the tree, she climbed the tree and she like saw the marked ones in their little meeting. And then she throws her daggers at the sides of his head and then he retrieves the daggers and instead of killing her, he hands them back to her. So I was like, oh, because think realistically here, okay? A more realistic couple, or what the hell? A more realistic idea here. There's no world where Xaden Riorson and Violet Sorrengail happen. Unless there's like some kind of bond or connection. And I know that we find out that Violet's mom made him promise to like watch over Violet. Like I get that. But them falling in love, that would not happen. Hello? Like if I was Violet and I was in this situation, y'all, falling in love, bottom of my list. But like they couldn't help it. Like they would feel things about each other and be like, no. Okay? Next thing y'all don't get how excited I am about this book. Okay. If you haven't read Fourth Wing in a long time, I hope that this reignites your excitement because we have until January for the next book, okay? Onyx Storm, and I'm scared, but we're not to Iron Flame yet. Let's keep going. Shadows that can probably throw those same daggers, and yet he let me live. I shoved the kernel of warmth that the thought keeps me far away. Mates, like, get out of here. Oh, this I highlighted because it's talking about a black dragon, and I was like, I bet this bitch gets a black dragon. Like, I saw that coming, so I highlighted that page. And then I highlighted, my heart does that damn stuttering thing again, as if he'd said, oh, there's no ignoring the prickle at my scalp, and I let my gaze shift to meet Xaden's. Okay, like, she feels things whenever she can feel whenever Xaden enters a room, right? Like, mate. Like, hello? Mate. This one made me laugh. My breath catches and my body warms. That treacherous bitch. You are not attracted to toxic men. Okay, babes. What else did I highlight? Oh my god! Okay. Xaden fills the doorway like some kind of dark avenging angel. When is this happening? Oh, okay, so this is when all of those people break into her room because they don't have a mated dragon or like they're not bonded with a dragon. So they all go into her room and try to kill her, like 5 people. And then Xaden busts up in that bitch and says, you're all fucking dead. So I put little hearts around it. Y'all, he was in love. Xaden, whenever he warded her door, so cutie. And then when she drops her pen in class and he sends his shadows to pick it up for her. Oh, I'm so dumb. Okay, let's stop I'm talking too much. Okay, so yeah, another part. You actually cannot convince me that they aren't mates in some capacity. But see, here's the problem. Okay, this is the part when she goes out on the parapet to, like, he's sad boy hours. So she goes out on the parapet to, like, talk with him. And right after that is whenever she finds out about him meeting with the eagle lion people, the griffins. Is that wrong? That's probably wrong. Y'all, I can't pronounce anything. Don't hold me to it. I already know. So he goes and meets with all of those people and she feels like she's been lied to forever and ever. Amen. And I was heartbroken. I was like, oh no. Because I hate a third act breakup. Okay, I can't stand it. When it's slow burn and then they still break up again, it's like, okay, I can't take it. That leads us to Iron Flame. this book. Are you fucking kidding me? Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Mary Riley, don't watch. Iron Flame. Okay, I'm reading. I'm like, this shit's crazy. This shit's wild. This is crazy. This is wild. Obviously, this book is crazy. This book is wild. But then you get to the end. Oh. And then you have to keep living your life, right? Right. Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, like this didn't just happen. Keep going. Keep walking around. As if Xaden isn't a Venin. I'm sorry. No. I can't keep going on like this. Okay. Y'all, it hurts my heart. And I like have had to like shut my brain off from it since I read it. Because I can't stop thinking about it. And that's why I like this book more than ACOTAR. Y'all, this book lives in my head. Even before I read Iron Flame, when I had only read Fourth Wing. Like I feel... And I'm not, okay, I'm a vibe reader, so I'm not saying that this book is in technicality better than ACOTAR. My soul intertwined with these characters, okay? They're now my friends, okay? They are now a part of my life. And so I can't stop thinking about this book. I'm like, oh no, is Violet okay? Like Violet, oh, I love that bitch. Like she is my own sister. So I highlighted the page where he went to talk to Jack Barlow, asking like what the cure is, because I was so confused at the ending, because it's like he is sitting on the wall or whatever, and she goes and she passes Scale and is like, Scale is like, be careful what you say to him, and he won't look at her. And I was like, that's so fucking weird. And then like he wouldn't let her touch him, and I was like, no, that's not normal. And then he looks up at her with the fucking Venin eyes, and then that's just where it fucking shuts off. And then he wakes up in bed beside her, and we didn't get to see what Violet was thinking. Like, I'm so worried about my girl right now. Like, I get he's Venin, but like we know that. Like, what is happening in her head? Bitch, you're sleeping in the bed with the enemy, but also the love of your life. Also the man whose y'all's lives are connected, right? Right? Okay. Oh, okay. Y'all, like, I'm scared. Like, I want Onyx Storm to come out, but I also never want it to. Like, I want to read it today, but I want it to never come out because in my head, I just want it to all be okay. All right? If this is all that I know, then it's the end of the knowledge, and they're okay. That I can tell myself they figured it out. So, yeah, my review of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame. Oh, so good. So good. I couldn't stop eating it up, okay? Iron Flame, I read from 510 to 513. So I read both of these books with a book in the middle in less than a week because they're that good. They are that good, okay? Now, on to our next book. My boyfriend bought this book for me the other day from the store, and I was like, okay, I have to read it right now. That's my TBR, but I had to read this one right now because that's what makes sense. Wildfire by Hannah Grace. Oh. If I thought Icebreaker was good, y'all put this into the hands of a girl with daddy issues, okay? This is about daddy issues. Yeah. They both have daddy issues. They do. Two different kinds. Oh, let me not spill too much of my own lore. This book made my heart so happy. This book made my heart sing. This book got me through the aftermath of Fourth Wing. This book carried me. I loved Icebreaker. I thought that there was going to be no topping for Icebreaker, right? Like, Hannah Grace is fighting for her life for my #1 spot of romance authors. Allie Hazelwood's still there, but she's fighting, okay? She's tooth and nail to the top of the hill, especially with this one, because I loved Icebreaker. Now, here's the reason why she's not at the top. Allie Hazelwood, she has the 3 STEM romance novels. She has the 3 novellas, and then she has the 1 paranormal fantasy, whatever you want to call it, book. So she just has a lot more that I've read. Hannah Grace, she might take over if she keeps writing this shit. If she shows me that she can just keep shoving them out like this, okay, you'll take the top. Yep, you got it, girl. Or maybe they'll be tied. I don't know. But anyways, hello, Grace. Pay attention. This book healed my heart some. Okay, this book was just so good. And like, it's turning summertime, and this takes place like summer camp. And I went to a summer camp once, only for like a week. This is like a full summer-long summer camp. It was just so good, y'all. You kind of have to read it. And there was no like, there was like a second, like a little argument, and it was like, oh, are they gonna break up? And then it like resolves itself in 30 seconds. So like this is everything you need, especially if you hate a second act breakup or whatever you call it, but you love a slow burn. Because this one is slow burn, but like not extremely slow burn. And it has a playlist to go with it. Slay. The playlist has Zayn on it and Sabrina Carpenter. Slay. This book got a 5 out of 5 stars for me. Okay, this book was so... I wish that I didn't read it so fast, or that I could wipe it from my brain just so that I could read it again. But there was a part that I highlighted that I wanted to share with you guys, because this is the Bible. I'm just kidding. It's just a romance book. If you need some healing from parental trauma, Hannah Grace killed it. It says, "You are brave. We live in a society that tells us our parents are the greatest things we will ever have and will ever lose. And you just, I don't even know. You're putting yourself first anyway. That's brave. I learned a long time ago that if I didn't put myself first, nobody else was going to. Forgiving people who repeatedly let you down is like sticking your hand in a fire over and over and expecting it not to keep burning you." That kind of healing in my silly little romance book? Shut up right now. Shut up right now. Some of us receive therapy that way, right? Like, some of us feel better in that way. Okay, there's someone walking down the street and that makes me feel awkward. Anyways, 5 out of 5 stars, loved her. Should I hide? There's someone walking down my street and I don't want them to see me. Oh, I'm hiding. Okay, next we've got a book from my childhood. Shiver! Did y'all read this? I was a big Twilight girl. Big Twilight girl. So did I ever tell you guys about my reading journey? I read a ton in middle school, some in high school, a ton in middle school. But what I read in middle school was just Twilight over and over and over and over again. Somehow I never got my hands on The Hunger Games, Divergent, for, you know, what's the other one? The one with Dylan O'Brien. Anyways, didn't get my hands on any of those. I read Twilight and One Direction Wattpad, and Wattpad that I should not have been reading at that age. Ooh, but we won't get into that. But one book I did get my hands on is a book called Shiver. It's about like werewolves in a really like realistic way. And would I recommend this to you now if you too are an older girl like me? No. You can see, like, you can feel the adolescence in this book, and I definitely did not enjoy it as much as I did when I was younger, but I could not for the life of me remember this book, like, at all, so I wanted to reread it. And I never read the second and third book that goes along with it, so of course I had to reread the first if I had no idea what was going on. And one major thing that I forgot, guess what her name is? Girl main character, Grace. So that was fun. I don't know. I just thought that was a cool fact. Anyways, this was just like a quick catch-up read, like a good read. Also, you can see right here, this is my TBR, so I'm clearing it out from this side to this side. And these were what was next. I started with Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, read my book club book. Then we did this one, and then after that was Linger. So that's just kind of the order I've been going in. But yes, guys, those are all the books that I've read in April and May. And that is a lot for me. So... round of applause for Grace. I'm 2 books ahead on my reading challenge. If you didn't know, my Goodreads reading challenge is 45 books in this year, and I'm 2 books ahead of schedule. Yay, go me. I'm so proud of that fact. If you're not ahead of schedule, it really doesn't matter. Just read at your own pace. I don't know. I'm just very excited about it. But anyways, if you watch all of this, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you have such a great day. I hope that you got some inspo from some of this. I hope I didn't spoil anything for you. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Goodbye. That was weird. I'm so sorry. Bye, guys.